Hi, I'm Charlene Shirk, and welcome to Digital Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining me today is my co-host from Lubbock, Texas, Jonathan Silva. Hey, Jonathan, how are you today?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, great to see you. And Kaaveh Shoamanesh from Placed all the way out on the West Coast. Thank you so much for making the time to join us on Digital Champions.
Thank you for having me. I'm jealous of all the great white smiles here, by the way. I think I need to get some better whitening or something.
Oh, no, you're knocking it out. You got size in your smile, man, ear to ear. So let's talk about Place. What you do over there is so cool. I think you're kind of like, everybody wonders how this happens, and you're the guy who's like making it happen behind the curtain. So do tell.
I appreciate it. So basically, we're the bridge between brands and online communities. So we're turning online communities into ad networks, essentially, which means that if you are a brand, let's say if you are a running cross-trainer shoe company that's trying to target running groups, you can now do that through our tool, through Facebook, Slack, Discord, and multiple communities. If you want to reach gamers, you can do that, for example, through our tool on Discord servers, and so on. So basically, we're disrupting the Facebook ad space by making more targeted approach to your niche market, as well as reducing the cost of acquisition and giving money to community owners, which of course everyone could use nowadays.
So what exactly, and maybe a better way to explain what the issue is. So what is the issue that you solve for your customers?
Sure. So because it's a two-side marketplace, on the brand side, it truly is twofold. One is the cost of acquisition is extremely high nowadays, and it's tough to target your direct niche market and retarget them as well. And in our particular case, we found a way to increase conversion, because if you could imagine that you're part of any kind of community, whatever that is, then all of a sudden the owner of that community sends a post in the feed of, hey guys, check this out, 50% off, click here. Naturally, the conversion ratio is going to go higher because there's already that trust. And it's been proven 76% for friend or someone refers it to you, chances are you're going to be purchasing it. So from that standpoint, we're able to help brands reach their niche market. And from the community side, for them, it's just time consuming and costly to run a tight community and build it and grow it. Especially a lot of people do it as a side hustle. So now we can actually add value to their community members and give them some income, some newfound income they've never had before, by empowering them to add to democratize the advertising side.
Yeah, and so something I loved about Place when I was reviewing your website is that you also give insights into demographics and how things are performing or track record. And to me, I think that's the biggest pain point when it comes to partnering with other creators or advertisers and creators partnering together, especially when it comes to time to negotiate. And even like you said, the people that are maybe do it part-time or don't do it full-time, they don't necessarily always have those analytics. So I love that you do that. Can you explain that a little bit more and how valuable that is to both the brands and the creators?
Absolutely. So our insights currently are click-throughs and obviously geolocation on where those clicks are coming from, which are extremely valuable. And then, of course, conversion, depending on how you deem conversion. But we're also doing something very interesting. Our IP, we're patent pending in the US on, is the curation, the recommendation of which communities you should be targeting based on the target market that you want to achieve. We have this community success score that we're adjusting to say, if you want to target hiking groups, here are the top 10 hiking groups that we suggest to increase your conversion ratio and engagement based on previous successes that our AI and ML engine has been learning over time from other offers and announcements through these groups.
So I'm hearing a lot of outreach as part of this digital strategy. So Kaaveh, talk to me a little bit about, that's kind of taking the next step, right? Well, we were sending information out. Now we're really engaging with you and pulling these communities in. Talk to us a little bit about what you see developing in the next year to 2 years in this digital space and how to continue to align and communicate and engage with those communities.
So every startup out there right now is trying to own or get a big piece of the democratization side of things, both Web3, Web2, different softwares and crowdfunding platforms and so on. So I do feel that democratization is key as a result. In addition to us turning online communities into ad networks, I do believe down the road that even empowering these online communities to be e-commerce platforms themselves as well, and turning them to e-commerce networks and just empowering them to really be the end user, the end platform, the Walmart, if you will, the Amazon, all in one community. Because at the end of the day, we trust the people in our communities, and that's why we engage with them. That's why we join them. So I think the empowerment of those people and giving more control back in there, as opposed to just a top-down method, which advertising's been for a long time, and frankly, most industries.
But Kaaveh, I gotta ask you, you do trust your friends, right? But when you start feeling sold to by your friends,
Sure.
that trust starts to erode. So how do you walk
Absolutely.
that fine line?
It's very challenging. We don't have a clear-cut answer for that, but we have reduced it by empowering the online communities to have a control on the frequency for which they allow the advertising to go in. We also control it by ensuring that the advertising is not necessarily a direct advertising. It's more of an offer or an announcement or something that adds value to the community, even a white paper about something to do with that niche or whatever that happens to be, just to add value again from a more an awareness perspective. So technically they're not always being sold to, but that's something we'll continue to iterate as we learn from the communities and how they feel about these various announcements and offers. But frankly, we can't avoid it in this day and age. It's always around us. We're just trying to do it in a way that actually the money goes back to these people.
All right, Kaaveh, with our 30 seconds we've got left, what's your best tip?
Is to embrace the art of communities, frankly, and to sustain and grow your communities, and think of in any niche you are in. And I think community is key, and I think you'll see the power of that in future. So as long as we do it authentically, I think you really have something there with a strong following.
All right, well, Kaaveh, with Placed, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on Digital Champions.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Oh, and Jonathan, always love your insightful questions as well.
Of course, this is a great conversation. Thank you so much for your time. That was, I'm excited to learn more and dive deeper into your brand.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, Jonathan. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. If you'd like to learn more about what they're doing over there at Placed, you can check them out on dailyadbrief.com. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk. Thanks so much for joining us today on Digital Champions. We look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.